So if I tell you to picture an apple in your mind, do you see it?
Mm-hmm.
Like, is it like a red apple?
No, I didn't.
No,
I didn't
picture a red apple.
Okay,
in your
I
mind.
can. Yes.
Which one are you?
Okay, now that I have the one in my mind.
No, how do you see it?
Oh, it would be number 2.
So you can see it pretty vividly.
I'm at the grocery store and I see it and I can see the differences of shading, the size of it in my hand. I can see all the other fruit around it. I'm in my grocery store holding up it's either a Gala or a Fuji.
And do you have an inner dialogue?
While I'm
No,
holding
just
that.
when you think of anything.
Sometimes my inner dialogue becomes an outer dialogue. I talk out loud what I'm thinking inside.
But like if you're just thinking, do you have an inner dialogue? Like when you're thinking about stuff?
Predominantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't see anything in my head.
Really?
No.
Do you dream?
No.
That's part of the. And when you do,
I also don't have an inner dialogue.
When you do dream, is it extremely vivid and real?
No.
Yeah, and
I vaguely remember anything.
Okay.
If I dream.
Wow, interesting.
The only time I dream, like I can remember dreams, like every single night, I ever remember having a dream. It's only usually when I'm sick. So I guess it's
5 out of 7 days a week I'm dreaming, and I remember the dreams.
It's just black when
yeah.
From what I recollect.
And I know a lot of people like that.
I also don't have an inner dialogue.
Really?
So if I'm thinking about, like I was talking to this because she does. She has a massive inner dialogue.
Yeah.
And she's the first one. I'm fine. What I was showing him is this, by the way. The
color palette. So you don't even have an image in your mind when you think of an apple, per se.
Well, it's tough to explain because I know what an apple looks like.
Right.
And so I'm like, yes, I know what an apple looks like. But if I'm like, okay, conjure an apple in your mind, it's really just black. I know what an apple looks like.
Right.
But I'm trying to picture it in my mind.
That's so intriguing. Yeah, because I told you, I'm even as I'm talking about it right now, I'm still visualizing my grocery store with everything around it.
Craziest thing is on TikTok, because I saw it on TikTok and then I went a little deeper. There's like an author, I don't know who, but a writer who's exactly like me, which I think that would be the exact opposite of a writer. I think a writer would like have these vivid things in their mind.
Right.
But I guess not.
I guess not. I don't think you necessarily have. Clearly, you don't have to visualize something in order to articulate it in writing.
And I also don't like. It's always confounded me when people are like, oh, I go over the conversation and think what I could have said. I'm like, no, I just say what I would.
Oh, we know that.
I just say what I want to say. Juice. Hey, welcome back to our Stupid Rex. I'm Corbin.
I'm Rick.
You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter for more juicy content. Thank you to everyone who's on Patreon. Follow us Twitter accounts.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, it is. What are you? Are you? I think that's one of the ADD, ADHD. Also,
I bet it's linked.
Also, one of the reasons that I don't enjoy reading as much as my wife.
Sure.
So when she reads, she sees this whole world.
Oh my stars!
And I'm just I'm just seeing the words a lot of times.
Right.
And so that's why I think people when they read books and then they see adaptions of films that don't align with what they've seen in their head for these long times.
Yep.
And I'm just like, it's a book. I mean, it's fine. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Totally relate.
I think I'm more audio.
Yeah.
Which is why I like audio books.
Which is why, well, it's interesting because that's why it'd be interesting when you're recollecting things because you have a photographic memory when it comes to audio things. You'll remember songs and you'll remember films, and I think it's predominantly through
audio.
Audio, yeah.
It's probably because my attention span's short, and so I can hear it. But I'm like when you study in school, which I never did. Mm-hmm. I don't even know really how to study. Mm-hmm. Like in terms of like how people talk about studying. It's like I sat down for hours. I'm just like, if I listened to the lecture, if I actually did, which I didn't a lot, or go to class, I could retain it easily. Like it's not hard for me to retain what somebody says. But like sitting down, like if I was like, okay, now take what I said, go read 5 chapters. And I'm like, I can't, and I wouldn't. Anyways, that's not what this is about. Sorry.
Anyway,
to go on the tangent
that's all right.
Okay, we
What are
got
we
a
doing?
Coke Studio song.
Oh, great. Been
It's
a while.
It's a new one that came out about 3 months ago.
India
It's
or
called,
Pakistan?
India.
Okay.
Coke Studio.
Clearly. Coke Studio Bharat.
That's what it's called.
Clearly India.
It's called,
Khalasi,
and it's with,
Aditya Gadhvi, and Achint.
came out 3 months ago.
Great.
51 million views in that time.
Never been disappointed by a Coke Studio.
Yeah, they're always
Always great.
great.
Yep.
Let's just get into this.
Studio Bharat. Subscribe now.
Is the Bharat thing recent?
Well, as far as including it in the Coke Studio
So
thing,
Coke
it may
Studios
be.
India.
To me, it's as synonymous as America and the United States. They're just man, those vocals are dry.
Why do I know his voice? I know his voice.
નથી સર્જાણો અરે ખારવો ખલાસી તો ઈ કહેવાય કે જે ફણીધર નાગ જેવા દરિયાની સામે ઉતરે અને ઉતરવું પડે કારણ કે કિનારે તો ખાલી પડે નાની નાની પગલીને નાના એવા સપનાની રેત વાળી ડગલીને તોફાનો
There it is.
મારે હાલે સાવ આપી જાય તોય જેની હિંમત અને આમ નહીં આપે એવો ખારવો ખલાસી એવો હાડનો ખલાસી એવો ખારવો ખલાસી એવો હાડનો ખલાસી
Godilo, Godilo, Godilo.
Wow. Those are some tight harmonies, man. Oh!
Godilo, Godilo.
What a fun song. That could have been twice as long.
Wow.
That was fun.
That was great. Golilo.
I gotta know
Golilo.
if there was no pre-record of anything, and if there was no post-production cleanup of anything, if that was a pure live mix, that's one of the greatest live mixes I've ever heard in my life. It's almost unbelievable.
Golilo.
No problem at all if they did any pre-record for anything and if they did any post-production cleanup. If they didn't, utterly astonishing production value for a live recording.
Golilo. Is that the lead singer right there?
I think so. Looks like him.
Sorry. Golilo. Sorry. I enjoyed that a lot. I felt like I knew his voice too.
Yeah, if anybody anywhere connected with it is involved with the actual recording in Coke Studio while it's going on, I would really love to know. No qualm at all if there was some pre-record involved and some post-production involved. I just want to know, because that's the kind of thing I would want to show to people and say, you need to listen to this. This is the greatest live recording. This is as good as it gets. Those vocals.
Yeah, the girls behind him were.
I mean, everything about that, the sound level and balance of them with him and the instruments, the compression on their voices, the dryness, the lack of reverb, and then the balance, they all sounded like one voice. It was just, I'm blown away by the sound quality.
Same. Yeah, nothing else to say besides that.
So fun.
That was one of the best Coke Studios.
Yeah,
and it's hard
so fun.
It's hard to really rank Coke
No,
Studios.
they're just always
they're always so good.
Superlative. They're not just good. They're always as good as music gets on anything you could watch. It's always exceptional.
That was great. Let us know what other Coke Studios we should react to down below.
Juice!